Graphing an equation by plotting points. Moving on to example 2. 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. I'd like you to go ahead and try this example on your own. The first thing that you need to do is you need to solve for your y variable. And then you can pick random things for your x variable, come up with your ordered pairs, and then graph that equation by playing connect the dots. So let us solve for y. We need to first subtract 2x on both sides of our equation. Gives me 3y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. Or if you wrote it as 6 minus 2x, that's perfectly fine. To get rid of the 3, we need to divide by 3 on both sides of our equation. Make sure you divide everything on the right-hand side by 3. That leaves me with y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So that is my equation that I'm going to plug in values for. Now my hint of selecting x values here. I know that I need to take this x value times my fraction of negative 2/3. Well, if you do not want to have to plot fractions or simplify with fractions, I would suggest to select x values that's going to cancel out that fraction. That means I'm going to select x values as a multiple of 3 to get rid of my 3 in the denominator. So let's just start with that method. So let's just pick my first x value to be 3. Then y is equal to negative 2/3 times 3 plus 2. Well, this 3 divided by 3 cancels out, leaving me with negative 2 plus 2, and that simplifies to be 0. So that gives me my y coordinate, and that gives me my ordered pair of 3, 0. Alright, let's select another x value. Again, multiple of 3. Let us pick 6. So I have y is equal to negative 2/3 times 6 plus 2. Or maybe you want to think about this as 6 over 1. Then you can do it as 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So I have at this point, so I'm going to squish this in here, negative 2 times 2 plus 2. Which gives me negative 4 plus 2, which simplifies to my y value of negative 2. And that gives me my ordered pair of 6, negative 2. So I select a few positive ones. Now let me pick 0. 0 is always a good one to pick. So y is equal to negative 2/3 times 0 plus 2. Everything cancels, just leaving me with 2. So that gives me the ordered pair of 0, 2. Now let's pick a couple negative ones. I'm again sticking with the multiples of 3, so I don't have to deal with any fractions. So negative 3 gives me y equals negative 2/3 times negative 3 plus 2. So my 3's cancel, my negatives cancel, and that leaves me with 2 plus 2, which gives me 4. So that gives me my ordered pair of negative 3, 4. Let's go ahead and pick one more negative one, sticking with, again, the multiples of 3. Let's go ahead and pick negative 9 and see what happens. So y is equal to negative 2/3 times a negative 9 plus 2. 9 divided by 3 gives me 3, and my negatives cancel out. That gives me 2 times 3, which is 6, and 6 plus 2 gives me 8. So that gives me the ordered pair of negative 9, 8. I'm going to go ahead and plot these points and see if that's enough to give me my graph that goes with this equation. So first I have 3, 0, that's right, 3 units. Then I have 6, negative 2, so right 6 units, down 2 units. 0, 2 is up 2 units on my y-axis, that's a y-intercept. Negative 3 is left 3, up 4 units. And my last ordered pair is negative 9, 8. So that gives me that ordered pair there. And it looks like all of these points are lined up. So the graph of this equation is a straight line going through all of these points here. So that's my equation there. Let's go ahead again and check this with our calculator. Remember, we need to have it solved for y. So the equation that we're going to plug in is this y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. So pulling up my calculator to plug in an equation, I'm going to clear out the previous equation that we had. The easiest way to do that is to push the clear button, and it wipes out everything. And then you just type in what you see. Negative 2 divided by 3, that's the only way we can put in fractions here, times our x plus 2. Enter to make sure the calculator knows all of it. And then graph to see our graph here. And that is the graph that we came up with when we did this by hand. So we did everything good to go. So this finishes the video of how to graph equations by plotting points and how to double check it by using your graphing calculator.